Okay, so to save some files from Google Classroom or from anywhere else and then be able to open them up in Photoshop, this video will show you the steps. First thing you need to do, I'm in my Google Classroom here, and I do have all these different images. The first thing you need to do is actually click on the image. So just a normal click with the mouse. When I click on it, now I get this larger version here. I need to have that up first, and now I can do a right click with the mouse, the right side of my mouse, and I have the option to save image as. We can't just copy images like we do with Google Slides. We need to actually save the image file. So click Save Image As. Now we're going to choose where we want it to save. So I want to save it in my Downloads folder here. And I can change the name right here if I'd like to. I'm going to call it Forky and the letter A. That'll just keep track of which file I'm looking at, and then I'll click Save. You'll see if it goes into your Downloads folder, this little arrow icon shows you where the downloads are, and it'll show you any recent files, and there's my Forky A file that I just saved. So I know that it's saved in my Downloads folder. I can go over to my Photoshop. I'm going to go to Open. And now it's asking me, where do I want to open from? I want to open from my Downloads folder, and I'm going to open Forky with the letter A there. Double click, and it'll open up, and now I'm in Photoshop, and I can use my tools to create my different Forky characters. I'm going to use the paintbrush tool right over here, but first, remember, I'm going to create a new layer. So I'm going to paint on a new layer, and on this layer is where the paint will actually happen. So now I'm going to go over to my paintbrush. I can choose a different color here. I can change by changing the different colors here. And then once you've chosen a color, you can change from a lighter green, for example, or a darker green, or a really light green. I'm going to choose a color like this. I'm going to click OK, and I've got my paintbrush. I can change the size of my brush with the brackets on my keyboard, and I'm ready to paint. So I'm going to keep it simple. There's my simple arms, and again, this is just painting on the background, or not on the background layer, but on this paint layer. I can turn those layers on and off with the eyes, and I can keep working. When I'm happy and I'm ready to finish and save, I can go up here to File, and I want to go down to Save and Save As. It's important when we're working in Photoshop that we save everything as a Photoshop format. This will allow us to come back into Photoshop, and we will still have all of our layers and adjustments and things saved. It is a Photoshop layer. I am going to send it to my Downloads, and I'm going to save it. It's asking me, do I really want to save it? It's a really big file. That's okay. It is a really big file. Photoshop files are big because it is saving all that information. I can click OK. And that's how you save things. We'll show you how you can export your final version as a JPEG in another video. Have a great day.